Okay guys, so it is now 1 November. It's 15:30, 3:30. I just got done with the registered shoot that I committed to. I wasn't able to hunt this morning because I had to do that. But thank God there wasn't too many people there, so we got done in a reasonable hour. I jumped in my truck and I literally raced out here to the stand. It's currently about 56 degrees. It's supposed to cool down a little bit. This is by no means ideal hunting day on 1 November, but for what the hand that I've been dealt so far that I've been here, I think this is pretty freaking good, because this is 15, 16 degrees lower than it has been. So I think the wind is out of the southeast today, so it's actually blowing from behind me, which is it's not the ideal wind for this sand, but it is what it is. Like I always say, either you can sit home and wish you were hunting, or you can be out here hunting. I came out here to Kansas to hunt, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, last night I had 2 junior young fawns, I think probably yearlings, they came out about this time last night. Time change and everything else, so they came about this time last night, and then tonight, and then I had a mature doe come in, and then when the second mature doe was coming in, I had a huge coyote behind me, about 80 yards, and the freaking thing ran that doe off. So she ran off and then came back. At first, because they were back through the woods a little bit, I wasn't sure if, it was a young buck that was trying to chase her around or whatever, but of course the coyote showed his face, and if I only had a rifle, because he wouldn't have made it. So it is what it is. We're out here trying to make the best of it. This is definitely not the optimal trip, but I can make the best out of it and sit in the blind, and hopefully I get lucky and one of these studs gets up and starts moving, even though it's warm. Wednesday it's supposed to be like 76, hot, crazy hot, but we'll see what's up. Hopefully we can get it done before then, get the head to the taxidermist and the meat in the cooler, and we'll probably head back to Kentucky. So anyways, hopefully I can turn you guys back on if there's anything going on. If not, well, till next time. Basically been laying there. She watched me walk into my stand. She's about 150 yards out, and she hasn't moved in 30 minutes or 45 minutes to an hour. That's nice of her. So, I just shot the biggest deer of my life. He's not the biggest deer on the farm, but he's a friggin' stud. My hands, look at them, they're still shaking. So, here's what happened. I had this doe that bedded about 150 yards from me. She's still standing out here in the field. I mean, I can't freaking believe it. So, long story short, she got up, she walked in, but she kept looking back, and I was like, but she was standing in front of me, and I had the front window open to the redneck, so I didn't want to get picked off. And all of a sudden I look over, and here's this freaking stud. I mean, I think he is an absolute stud. Holy shit. This doe is still standing out here at 65 yards. When I say this property is untouched, I mean completely 100% untouched. Nobody's been up here. It's only me that's hunted it for the last 3 days. So the deer comes in, and because of the way that the redneck is set up, it's very tight for a bow. It's not. I have the rifleman blind. I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace a couple of years ago. It's not ideal, but it's warm in the wintertime, so it makes it a whole lot more ideal. Typically when it's freezing cold here. So the deer comes in, and he's at 20 yards. So I draw back, and I bump the front of the blind, and I'm trying to pull back from the front of the blind, and all of a sudden the release goes off because I couldn't even get, like, I was so far up the string. At 20 yards, I was like, holy shit. And then now this year I bought the Matthews VXR 28, and I'm telling you, this thing is quiet. I shoot at this deer and I miss him at 20 yards. I could have thrown a freaking spear at him. I miss him at 20 yards. He runs over here like 20-30 yards. Doe's still standing here. He's still looking for a piece. And gives me another shot. This one was a 30-yard shot. Alright, stay tuned. We'll have something for you here in a little bit. We're gonna go put the track on. Thanks for watching. Big buck down, babe. Yeah, I just shot a stud. It's the one that we call shark tooth. Alright, so I missed him at 20 yards because I drew the bow, and there's not enough room in here on the left side where I'm sitting to draw a bow. And so all of a sudden I bumped the front of the stand, and I tried to pull back, and I hit the release with my face or something. Thing went off. I was like, oh shit, did I just hit him? And I was like, God, where did I hit him? Well, the arrow's right down here in front of me, and I was like, there's no way I could have hit him. So he walks over towards the right hand side, and this doe is still standing out here at like 80 yards. She's like, hey, where'd my boyfriend go? So anyways, he turned around and he walked over there, but this doe's still standing over here. So he comes back, and I was like, well, shit, dummy. I'm not going to give you the opportunity twice to screw me. And so it was about 28-30 yards. I mean, he was right there at the cusp. So I'm going to give him some time. I already called Keith. Cliff.
Shane.
Dude, shh. Hold on, let me turn you down. Dude, I just smashed a big one.
Did you really?
Yeah. Dude, it was freaking awesome. So we call them shark tooth. The deer showed up probably 30, 40 days ago. And I bumped the release. So at 20 yards, I missed him.
No way.
I swear to God.
Are you kidding?
So he runs like 30 yards, 40 yards away. And he comes right back and gives me a 30-yard quartering away shot.
And you smoked him.
And I friggin' smoked him, dude.
Awesome.
So the drought is over.
Awesome.
I will send you some pictures here in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, review the footage and make sure the shot's what you think, and then go get that sucker.
I had an Luminoc on it. I know exactly where it is. I was
What
yeah.
kind of broadhead were you using?
The Rage.
Oh yeah. Smoke City, huh?
I got both lungs. I'm certain of that. I didn't get the heart, but I did get both lungs. So I'm giving them, you know, time. I'm out at my buddy Keith's property. So the 2-year drought is over. This being my 3rd year. This deer actually showed up on camera, probably 2-3 weeks ago. And I thought they would be chasing a lot more once I got out here. Problem is, last week actually on Monday, they had a freeze, they had snow, they had everything. So this is probably 4.5, 5 years. I would have to go back and look at the pictures, but a 4 to 5 year old deer, super old. He's got to be relatively dominant because he was tied up with a doe tonight. The doe came in. I seen her bedding when I walked into the stand at 150 yards. After about 45 minutes to an hour, she got up and started moving towards me. And all of a sudden, she kept looking back over her shoulder, and I couldn't figure out why. And, well, needless to say, this dude showed up in the frame of the camera, and I understood. It's funny. Well, it's funny now because it didn't go south, but, you know, the deer came in. He was at 20 yards. I drew my bow back. I hit the front of the blind because I'm in a redneck rifleman, so it's not that big, and so I tried to lean back a little bit more. I bumped my rest, and the arrow went singing. So at this point, I'm thinking, did I hit him? Did I not hit him? I didn't know. He ran off like 30 or 40 yards, and turned around and came right back. As a matter of fact, when I got down to come get this guy, the doe was still in front of us. When I say unmolested, this property is completely unmolested. There's 2 people that hunt up here, maybe 3 if one of the juniors or whatever, you know, one of the youth get permission to come up here. But this dude he's a pretty good one. He's an old deer. He's got some pretty good mass out here. I actually called this deer shark tooth, and the reason being is these 3 shark teeth that they look like shark teeth to me. There's a lot bigger deer up here, but for the weather that was thrown at me, and I'm looking forward to in the next couple days, I wasn't going to pass an opportunity. I'm more than happy with this. He's going to put meat in my freezer. He'll go on my wall. Another Kansas trophy in the books. So again, the VXR, man, it is so stinking quiet. This deer didn't even flinch at 20 or at 30 yards when he gave me a second shot. He was quartering away, so I slid back just a little bit. I hit him right at the back of the rib cage, and it popped out right down here below his right shoulder. So we took both lungs, no issues. I guess he went probably 80, 85 yards. I made sure to give him enough time to expire. And yeah, this dude's got some character on him. So, alright, well, the Kansas curse is over, and hopefully we'll bring you a lot more from Kansas coming next year. We should be stationed back out here. So, as always, thanks for watching, guys.